Welcome back to Wolfdog Empire. So today is the first day of Soul Exchange, and it is the exact list that it was put out there not too long ago, and I put in a video. And on this Soul Exchange here, I think for the 20 heroes, I think Liu Bei will be number one. I think the professor will be number two. Khonshu number three. And I actually would have a use for Quinton. I think that I have a team that would be ready for Quinton on offense. So these heroes, it's like whichever hero you need, the one that would fit your needs the best, that's the one that would be your number one. So for some people, Quinton will be number one. For some other people, Khonshu might be number one. I already have a Khonshu. He's still sitting at 1-1 there. I have a lot of purples that are really good that I kind of want to bring up first. And then on the 15, on the row of 15, I think so. Glenda's not good enough. Wolfgang, I have a Wolfgang and I use them, but I think that's a team that loses. I keep getting like 5 out of 6 on offense, can't win, and I think that's why Quinton will probably help me out and allow me to have a better chance to win. But he's only a hit one. Viscaro, I have a Viscaro. He was one of my first 5 stars to that I ascended, that I maxed out. I was still new. I had Lubu, but our I already had this hero here, like ascended to like 330 or something. So I was like, oh, Viscaro's way stronger at 330 than Lubu at 1-1. I was new. And so I kept going with Viscaro. That was a big mistake. I should have asked the alliance members, but that's how new I was. I didn't even communicate with them. And so I have Viscaro. I only use him in events to throw fiends out there. You can just mana him up, throw fiends out there because he's slow and the fiends take a while to actually do enough damage. So he's not good for raids. I know he's supposed to be good against minions, but he just takes so long for his fiends to do what they gotta do that he's just not good. So I will say Viscaro no good. Yeah, the tens. The tens are just not good enough for anybody who plays unless you have a niche. Like Crab and Crush can be a niche, Iris can be a niche. But if you have a lot of heroes, you may already have enough to overcome the need of these niche. So I would say if you can reach for 15, I wouldn't take a 10. I think the 15s are a lot better than the 10. So there are a couple of niche heroes there. where I can see somebody who has a lot of heroes already, and so he just maybe that player just wants to fill a niche, a specific niche, and then they might take Iris or Crave Crush. But for somebody who's trying to build up their roster and that's why they want to come into Soul Exchange, I I would not recommend any of the tens. He's a no. So, I mean, I have a lot of purples, too many. So to me, I'm not gonna take a purple. Yeah, Professor would be amazing because I don't have any 5-star healers. But I was trying to bring up a second Wang Juanji. She's pretty good. In events, I use and in some raids, I use Wolfgang as a healer, even though that it's just a buff for him. But he doesn't hit hard enough, and his of healing can be dispelled, and it comes 4 turns later, so it's not a great healing option. And I do need reds and greens, but in reds I do have a second costume Guardian Kong. I do have 6 total Ruffian and Nurgips. I already maxed out 2. 4 more waiting on the wing. So even though one of reds is one of the colors that I'm kind of low in or lower than the others, I'm not in desperate need of reds because I do have a second costume Guardian Kong. I have a Mitsuko, and I have 4 more Ruffian and Nurgips for a total of 6. So I'm not desperate for red. Green. Sometimes I kind of have trouble with my defense on Rush War. And sometimes it's green where I need to fill a need in. I feel like Liu Bei, there's a lot of counters for Liu Bei now with the minions, with Loahu, those Lunar Year heroes. And there's a chance that later this month, Loahu or Laohu is going to be featured. So there's going to be a better chance that people are going to keep getting more and more Laohus. And so these minions are going to be countered big time. I don't have any of those lunar heroes. I did a lot of pulls, but no success. But I'm gonna try to do some more pulls when if Laohu is featured, like it looks like he will. I did another video with the September 2023 calendar, and right there it says Laohu is estimated to be featured. So, one of those little sneak peek videos that I think he is going to be featured. But on offense, he's still great because if people are going to hit you very, very hard, then having these minions give counterattack and let the enemy kill themselves, that works great. But in exchange for 20, you expect somebody who's good on defense, not just offense. Or I guess that was the game's way of saying, Wolfgang, you're talking too much. Get with it, get to it. So yeah, so Liu Bei, great hero on defense. There's already too many counters, minion removers, minion destroyers, um, those Lunar Year heroes that just make it so that all those minions don't do anything. But on defense, because you'll be able to choose when to use them, right? So if Laohu's there, you won't use Liu Bei yet. Wait till there is a team to go after with no Laohu or no minion destroyers, and then you can bring Liu Bei, and especially against hard hitters, people who just want to hit all really hard, then these counterattacks will be pretty good. But for Exchange for 20, you will expect somebody who's good on offense and defense, not just on offense. So, and I was having trouble getting 20 heroes anyhow, and I reached for 15. I had to get rid of like 4 Karas. Kara was looking like a good idea to have. I pulled 6 of her. I'm gonna keep. I already ascended one. I'm gonna keep an additional copy, but just they nerfed the taunt so bad that it's hard to ascend a taunter just because they have taunt. When it was for 6 turns, absolutely bring all your taunters up, ascend them all, and use them for events, for everything. But now, now that taunt has been nerfed so bad, a taunter has to be really good, not just the fact that they're a taunter. So I do have a Ludwig, which even though he got nerfed with his taunt, he still serves a good purpose. I have a custom Krampus that's specific for a team, so I want him specific for a team. But and then I did ascend 1 Kara, but there's no way I'm going to eventually ascend 6 Karas. There's no way. Even 3 Karas, there's just no way. I don't think I would ascend 3 Karas. So I kept 2 total Karas. I got rid of the other ones. I did get rid of a couple Celidanas too. And my choice, so the time here is to see what I got. So I mean, I would have loved Professor Lidenbrock as my only 5-star yellow healer. A second Conchu would have been great. Liu Bei, Quinton. I would have found the team for Quinton right away, but he only hits one, and I know he's fast, but he still only hits one at a time. And for Exchange for 20 for somebody who only hits one, it's tough. Conchu also, but I wouldn't put him in with my other Conchu. But I have so many purples. It's just when am I gonna get to him? I want to bring up my Bera from Fated Summons. I want to bring up my Lepiota. I want to bring up my costume Hell. I have 3 costume Freyas. Just I have so many purples. I do have a Lubu also. There's just too many purples. And so my choice is gonna be in the row of 15. And they came down to costume Seshat, Asturias, and Kongalak. And I have so many purples that I honestly would not be able to bring up costume Seshat for a long time. And she's a great dispeller. I have Luhai, who hits and dispels, and he hits all. So I already have basically a better costume Seshat already in Luhai. So I wouldn't bring up costume Seshat for a long time. So I'm not gonna trade 15 today for somebody who I'm gonna put in my roster, deep in my roster on the bench. No. So in red, I do have a lot of Ruffin and Nurgibs. So I just wouldn't want to trade for somebody who's just gonna is just gonna take a place of one of the ruffians and put the other ruffian on the bench. So I'm gonna go with Kongalak. I do need another strong green hero. and he's gonna be great in rush because he's slow. Because in regular war, Kongolak wouldn't be that good. But in regular war, I can put him in next to Ludwig, and if Ludwig goes off in at tank position, he's gonna set off Kongolak to go off faster and multiple times, and that I think is gonna help me. So I'm gonna go with Kongolak today. There it is, Kongolak. Welcome to my roster. All right. In the comments, let us know who you picked and why. Everybody has different needs. Everybody has different needs and different colors. So not everyone want to go with Kongolak. Some people went with a 20, and some people need purple. Some people need yellow. Some people need red. Some people need blues. And I got a lot of blues recently, so I wasn't gonna be able to get Quentin. I would have brought up Quentin right away, but well, not right away. I don't have telescopes anyhow. That's another reason. He only hits one. I don't have telescopes. I used them on my first costume Ariel, and I have a second costume Ariel who wants some. I have Tethys who wants some. So it's Chow Chow who wants some. So that's gonna be a problem for me. But anyways, put in the comments. Let us know who you picked. Let us know why. And I'll see you next time here at Wolf Dog Empire.